Okay, this is part 6 of Federalist number 11. I will start with the paragraph that reads, "Under a vigorous national government, the natural strength and resources of the country, directed to a common interest, would baffle all combinations of European jealousy to restrain our growth. With a vigorous, strong national government, and with the resources we have in our country, if we stay united, even combination of European powers cannot stop us from growing. This situation would even take away the motive to such combinations by inducing an impracticability of success. Another good reason is, if we are powerful, they won't even start thinking about it, because they'll realize it's useless to try to mess with us, to try to conquer us, even if some of them combine their forces. An active commerce, an extensive navigation, a flourishing marine would then be the inevitable offspring of moral and physical necessity. We might defy the little arts of little politicians to control the irresistible and unchangeable course of nature. We really start doing commerce and build a navy, both a federal navy and commercial ships. Nobody will be messing with us, because they realize that the natural course of things, the way things will go, we will get more powerful, and it is to their advantage, to the advantage of other countries, to work with us, not to take us for granted, not to mistreat us. The next paragraph, "But in a state of disunion, these combinations might exist and might operate with success. It would be in the power of maritime nations, availing themselves of our universal impotence, to prescribe the condition of our political existence. And as they have a common interest in being our carriers, and still more preventing our being theirs, they would in all probability combine to embarrass our navigation in such a manner as would in effect destroy it and confine us to a passive commerce." So, but in a state of disunion, if we stay disunited, even if we have a small navy or whatever, those European countries are going to think of us as jokes. They will find us not powerful, and they will find that they can meddle in our political affairs, because they would want to put one part of our country, several of our states, against the other states, and constantly keep us weak, embarrass us, and also stop our commerce. Embarrass our navigation means kind of stopping, blocking our navigation, not embarrass in the same sense that we use it these days, and make us into a state where it's a passive commerce. Notice earlier he used active commerce and he used capital letters, and here he does the same thing, passive commerce. In other words, we'll have to beg the European nations to carry our products, and they'll charge us whatever they like. They'll do it whenever they want to, and we will be in pretty bad situation. We should thus be compelled to content ourselves with the first price of our commodities, and to see the profits of our trade snatched from us to enrich our enemies and persecutors. They will tell us how much we sell stuff for. They will tell us whether they'll take it to the port that they dominate. And before you know it, we will be putting money in the pockets of those who are going to be enemies of ours and who are going to persecute us, harass us, bother us, act towards us like we are nothing. He continues, that unequaled spirit of enterprise which signalizes the genius of American merchants and navigators, and which is in itself an inexhaustible mine of national wealth, would be stifled and lost, and poverty and disgrace will overspread a country which with wisdom might make herself the admiration and the envy of the world. With all the resources we have, everybody knows when he says the genius of the American merchants, he's talking about the good situation, the talent that the American merchants have. And the talent and good situation of the very United States is. Okay? Instead of us becoming a great, wealthy, powerful nation in the world, we have so much national wealth, so much resources, inexhaustible mine of national wealth, and that would be stifled and lost, would be ruined and lost, and poverty and disgrace will overspread the country. Instead of wealth and progress, prosperity, then poverty will spread all over our country, all over the 13 states and the rest of the area which we currently hold. Then the next paragraph, there are rights of great moment to the trade of America, which are rights of the Union. I allude to the fisheries, to the navigation of the lakes, and to that of the Mississippi. I better show you a map. Basically, he's going to be talking about this area here in the Atlantic, and this area north here where's Canada, and then of course Mississippi River, okay, which, as I've told you before, it's very important for Americans because these are the areas in blue. They're not states yet, they're territories. And Americans are going to move this way, settle over here, and create states. And those states, when they want to do commerce, instead of carrying all their products this way overland, which is very hard, they want to bring it to Mississippi, ship it down here, and then they can send it wherever in the world they want. So they want that easy passage. And then up here, all these sea lanes that makes the northern territories to send their products out, and again, all the way to the world. So he says that over here where we fish, and the British fish and some French fish, if we are not powerful, then they will take that resource away from us. They won't let us get our share. And that's what he's talking about. And when he talks about Mississippi, he's talking about the trade route that I told you. When Americans will be able to ship their stuff down here. And he says if we stay weak, we won't have that advantage. So keep that in mind as I read this paragraph. There are rights of great moment to the trade of America, which are rights of the Union. I allude to the fisheries, to the navigation of the lakes, and to that of the Mississippi. The dissolution of the Confederacy would give room for delicate questions concerning the future existence of these rights, which the interest of more powerful partners would hardly fail to solve to our advantage, to our disadvantage. So we're weak, our enemies, our would-be enemies will take advantage of that and treat us like we deserve to be treated, like nothing, if we disunite and stay weak. Because remember, he says we still don't have that navy. We don't have a navy yet. So British Navy, the French Navy, even the Spanish Navy, they can outmatch us. They can overwhelm us. So right now, get united, build a navy, so that you won't allow them to dominate the fisheries all over here and to take the commerce routes away from you. See, it says the disposition of Spain with regard to the Mississippi needs no comment, because Spain was in charge of this area. Remember, Florida was still in the hands of the Spanish. And Spain would say, who would have a right here to go up and down Mississippi or not. So he says the disposition of Spain with regard to the Mississippi needs no comment. You all know what Spain has been doing and saying to us. France and Britain are concerned with us in the fisheries and view them as the utmost moment to their navigation. They, of course, would hardly remain long indifferent to that decided mastery of which experience has shown us to be possessed in this valuable branch of traffic, and by which we are able to undersell those nations in their own markets. What more natural than that they should be disposed to exclude from the list such dangerous competitors? He says, okay, Spain wants to control Mississippi to kind of choke us, choke our settlers in this area. And if we lose the battle for controlling our right to the fisheries all the way over here, further down, then we'll be in bad shape, because he's reminding his readers, he's reminding Americans that naturally they don't want us to fish there because of our advantage. We will be able to fish a lot and take it to their markets and sell it at a better price and maybe at a lower price, underbid them and take them out of the competition. They don't want that. That is the last thing they want. So they're going to harass us till they know we have a good navy, till they know we are united. Because right now they can play and toy around with us any way they want to. And they know if we become strong, we can fish there and sell our fish to their market. And he says, so naturally they want us to be disunited and to keep us weak so that they can dominate that part of the trade.